So Roundhouse Radio found an error in his workout that KSI could have scored to win. Let's see.
Dillion Dannis' new mitt work exposes how good he actually is at boxing by accident. Now, a lot of other people have been trying to break this down, but they simply don't know what they don't know. And I think they've all been missing the point. I think that there's something very specific here that everyone else is missing that we're going to go over in this video. Guys, let's get right into it. But first, Fight Team Training 2.0 is about to launch in the next few days here. Guys, make sure to go follow the Fight Team Training Instagram. Check it out because we're going to be doing a giveaway. We're going to be giving away a year of free training, and the new platform has access to every single program. It is 4 times as inexpensive, and it is way, way better. 5 different programs, all for the same price, all on a exclusive platform to us. It's sick. So check out the Fight Team Training Instagram for the giveaway and just to stay up to date on what's going on. So guys, first things first, when we're watching Dillion Dannis, there's a few things that we have to take note of before we watch this. Is he going 100%? No, he is not going 100%. But is he boxing the way he actually boxes? Yeah. And you know what the thing is everyone thinks that he should be better than he is.
Yeah.
But the problem is he just isn't. Dillion Dannis just is not good at boxing. Why? Because he's never done it before. He hasn't even done good striking in his MMA fights. So guys, let's get right into it. Immediately, this is nonsense. He's not trying at all. He's not even going 10% here. But he gets into it in a second. Right here, decent movement. So you can see he does his punches, but as you can watch, if you watch closely, he brings his hands back to his chin. They're in relatively the right place, and he's moving with some power, some movement. And he's doing okay. They're not terrible. Obviously, he's going slow, but his hands are coming back to the right places. Decent power on the power left hand there. But overall, pretty ass. Like we could all be honest. Not great.
I seen this and I was like, bro, what is she talking about?
Not moving his head at all. His feet are in a funny stance. Just doesn't look great. But here's the thing that everyone else is missing. Watch what he does at the end of every single combination without fail. And that's that he has
right arm.
An egregious rhythm step. Genuinely one of the most blatant and obvious rhythm steps that you can ever identify. And if KSI can take advantage of that, that is going to be a massive, massive benefit to KSI.
I didn't catch
and that's
it. That's
something
why
that KSI should absolutely look for. Because even if Dillion Dannis is pretending, or he's not actually this good, or he's not actually this bad, might I say, even if he's pretending for this mitt work, he's not pretending the rhythm step, because that is so deeply ingrained into your unconscious when it comes to striking, when it comes to sparring, when it comes to actually fighting, that even if you were trying to fake it, you'd still be rhythm stepping. Now, you might be exaggerating it a bit. You might be a bit lazier in your rhythm step, but it's still going to be ingrained in your fighting. So what is the rhythm step? Guys, the rhythm step is an unconscious footwork pattern that leads to being out of stance, base, or balance at any point during training or competition. So it's kind of resetting the way you are.
And it's probably not enough
getting back into your rhythm. Everyone talks about how fighting is a rhythm, fighting is a dance, and the rhythm step is a negative unconscious aspect of that dance. So watch him do it here egregiously. It's bad, man. He's got one of the worst rhythm steps I've seen in a minute. And I know this because I do it. It's something I try to snap out of, but I still do it all the time. Watch. Lands his combination, rhythm steps. Lands his combination again, rhythm steps.
Up a little bit,
when
and
he's
then comes
rhythm
forward.
stepping, look how dramatically out of place he is. Feet both facing forward, shoulders forward, hips forward in a squared up stance, feet close together. So he's not even in a stance where he can slip or roll or defend appropriately, let alone attack. He's completely out of position, and he resets, and then he comes back to his combination. He's back to his fighting. Oh, and then he goes and resets again, then he's back to his combination, back to his fighting. And then that rhythm set, that last one, is just egregious. Feet come completely together. He does it again, dances a little bit. That is absolutely something that KSI is going to be able to take advantage of, because all KSI has to do is defend, slip a little bit, wait for that rhythm step, and then just explode on Dillion, like we know KSI can do. KSI's best aspect is not the fact that he's technical, is not the fact that he is very skilled. It's the fact that he brings heat, and he will explode on you and land powerful punches in or around your guard. And if you're in this funky position, if you're feet are close together, you're kind of out of the fight, KSI doing that is going to 100% land on you effectively. Even if you're able to get your hands up in the right place, like we see Dillion Dannis is absolutely able to do, it's not going to be able to protect the whole punch, especially KSI, who's wrapping his punches around the back of your head, right? Around the ears and everything like that, even if he's not trying to. Now, guys, obviously the mitt work wasn't great. I don't got to go into too much detail with that. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't the end of the world, but you could definitely see pretty clearly, in my opinion at least, that he wasn't fast, he wasn't dynamic, he didn't move well, he wasn't landing very powerfully. And this is what he had to say about it with Ariel Helwani here. And I want to leave it a bit up to us to decide whether or not he's full of it or not. Listen to what he had to say.
Slow.
Oh yeah,
and you're doing the thing like
thing
Stephen
too,
A.S. You're doing that thing
Oh,
to the side.
no, what they don't realize too is that's how he like runs that like misfits thing.
Yeah.
So they're coming to spar. I'm like, no, you guys, like they would just give it straight to him.
What do you mean they want you to spar?
Like they want to record like a bunch of sparring and do like a bunch of, and like I'm not stupid. They have no footage on me.
So fair. That's completely fair. Obviously, Misfit Boxing is KSI's company, so he doesn't want to give them any information. But here's something that no one that's ever been good at fighting has ever done ever. And that's hide that they're good at fighting.
That's also
Think
true.
about it. Have you ever seen a high-level fighter hide their skill level? Have you ever seen someone that was actually quite good hide their skill level? Jake, at the start of his career, when he just frankly wasn't that good at boxing, he was winning his fights because his opponents were so terrible, but he wasn't very good, hid his mitt work. And now that he's much better, he doesn't hide it at all. He's posting it all the time. He's saying, hey, look at my sparring, look at my mitt work, look at everything. This is exactly how I fight because there's nothing to hide. He knows that he has some skill level. KSI isn't hiding his mitt work because he looks good on the mitts. Why would he hide that? It's good for him to show it. However, all the guys that frankly don't have any real thing to show, like Dillion Dannis, seem to be hiding their mitt work. So it's like, if you're good, if you have a skill level, you know, maybe you could try to argue, oh, well, it's because I'm so good I don't want to scare him away. But it doesn't really make sense to me. I think it's way more likely that they just aren't good. So they play this like charade of like, oh, dude, I would never show my real mitt work, so I only went 50%. It's like, how much better could you look on the mitts, Dillion? You looked terrible in your MMA fights. So how are we supposed to assume that you're just way better on the mitts now?
Why wouldn't they just like watch it?
That's why I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, of course,
I'm giving you props. So you gave them like the
my,
worst stuff possible to think that you're gonna
that was
toss
my
them.
that was my hitting the mitts. I don't know what you're talking about. That's how I hit mitts, bro.
That's not hit mitts.
But you know, I'm gonna hurt KSI really bad. And no one realizes
Who's
it.
the favorite?
He is. That's
Of
fine.
course.
Does that do up?
Anyway, so he keeps waffling on about nothing. I mean, Dillion Dannis is a great promoter. He's funny. I enjoy watching him. I think he's doing a great job with all those things. But I think that people are a little lost when they think that he's going to be much, much better than he's supposed to be. That does not mean he's not going to provide issues for KSI, right? When we're comparing him to a high-level fighter, it's just not fair because KSI, frankly, is not a high-level fighter either. It's not saying that this isn't going to be a competitive fight. I do think it is going to be a competitive fight, but I am saying that I think that Dillion is significantly worse than people might think he is. And I think that this pad work, it doesn't necessarily expose anything, but it shows the gaps in his game. And
I thought he was better. I thought he was a lot better. So, like, I was like, he might be giving KSI money, like a run for his money. Like, he might push KSI a little bit. And then more videos came out of him practicing and warming up and taunting KSI and talking about, I'm coming for you, like that video. And I'm like, I don't know how good I thought he was, but he's not looking that good.
Shows why KSI is and should be the favorite. Guys, let me know if you disagree. Let me know in the comments what you think. Take it easy. Make sure to check out Fight Team Training on Instagram. Go follow it. Hit the like button to help your boy out and keep.
But yeah, I don't know what that show is about. But they spoke on this in a breakdown, but I'm glad he's not the only one. He's focused more on the rest that you said rather than the rhythm. I'm glad you speak more in depth on what rhythm stepping is. Yeah, I didn't know what it was either. It always come with the bombs and nobody else notices. KSI would benefit from watching this. I mean, his team probably knows, but yeah, because with his connections, he probably has people who would tell him about this. And yeah, so I don't think he would have anything. Damn, when I get this paper cut. But yeah, like, subscribe. See you guys later. Hope you have a good day or night.